it's Abby, and I just thought I would pop in today and talk a little bit about organized packing. I actually just got home from a trip to Seattle, Washington. I got to tour the HGTV Dream Home there, which was kind of cool. And I know that people are going to be traveling a lot for the holidays coming up. So I just wanted to give a few tips and tricks to help your packing go more smoothly. So the first thing I always do before I even put one thing in my suitcase is make a plan. I make a list of everything that I want to take on the trip with me. And this just helps me be more intentional and make sure I don't forget anything, because naturally I'm pretty forgetful. So you can do this a couple different ways. I like to make my list in Evernote a lot of times because I have it both on my computer and on my phone. So no matter where I am, I can see the list, update it, and it automatically syncs with my other device. If you are more of a pen and paper person, I also have a packing printable on my blog, and I'll link to that in the description below, and you can also use that to organize your packing list. For me, the type of trip I'm going on determines how I organize my packing list. That might sound weird, but it makes sense, I promise. So if I'm going on a trip like this weekend, it was a short trip, but it had a very specific itinerary. I knew what I was going to be doing each day exactly. So for that type of trip, I will make my packing list matching up the outfit that I want to wear for each event. So I organize the list by outfit. For a longer trip, or maybe a vacation, a more laid back trip where I don't have an exact itinerary like I did this past weekend, I will organize my packing list by type of item. So I will have all my pants that I want to take listed together. I will have all my tops that I want to take listed together, all my bathing suits, etc. So that's kind of the way my brain works. Your brain might work differently. Whatever makes sense to you, I would organize your list in that way. So along with listing everything I want to bring on the trip, I also have a section of my list where I put any last minute items I want to pack. So things like phone chargers or my makeup, things that I will use right before I leave and want to make sure I get into the bag right before my trip. This way I can make sure I'm not forgetting anything and that I'm good to go. So after I have my organized list of everything I want to bring, I then grab my packing pieces. I just use a very basic suitcase. I do like that it has a zipper side on it so it can hold all of my items in on that one side. I also use packing cubes in a couple different sizes. And I also have a toiletry bag that I brought on every trip with me for the past 15 years that helps me keep all my toiletry items nice and organized. So let's talk about the toiletry bag first. I keep it stocked with a few things at all times. I have travel size shampoo and conditioner. I have deodorant in there, a nail file, toothpaste, and makeup remover wipes. All of those things stay in my little toiletry bag. Anything that I'm worried about spilling, like the shampoo and conditioner, I have in a little plastic bag. I use the same plastic bag each trip unless something actually spills and makes a mess. Again, depending on your personal preferences, you can keep more or less items always stocked in the bag. Then I always bring in things like my makeup and a mirror, my toothbrush, my straightener, and any other trip-specific items that I want to bring, like bug spray or sunscreen. I always keep the toiletry bag in that zippered part of my suitcase so it stays as still as possible during the trip. Next, let's talk about the packing cubes. I love these because it helps segment my items within my suitcase and helps me to stay more organized. The way I pack my packing cubes depends on how I organize my packing list. So again, for a shorter trip with like an exact itinerary, I will pack the cubes by outfit. So I'll keep like outfits together. So for example, on this trip that I went on this past weekend, I had one packing cube that held my nicer outfits that I was going to wear to dinner. And I had a separate packing cube that had my more casual outfits that I wore during the day. On a more laid back vacation type trip that doesn't really have a set itinerary, I will pack the cubes by clothing item. So I'll have one cube for all my shorts, I'll have another cube for all my tops, etc. I like that the cubes fit nice and neatly in my suitcase so that nothing is really smushed or pushed together and there's a spot for each individual thing. The last thing I always try to account for when I'm packing for a trip is what I'm going to do with my dirty laundry once I get there. So ideally, I really like to take my clothes out of the cubes once I get to my destination and put them into drawers. If that is a possibility, then I designate one of the larger cubes for the laundry and all the dirty items will go in that one cube. If that is not possible and I have to keep my clothes in the cubes once I get to my destination, I always try to have an extra cube with me. They flat pack so they take up no space at all. And I use that extra cube for laundry then when I get to my destination. If we're going on a longer trip, say a trip with our family and we have lots of laundry, we'll designate one person's entire suitcase as kind of the laundry spot and everybody's dirty laundry goes into there. No matter what system you decide on, the goal is to have all the dirty laundry all in one place, separated from all the clean items, so that when you get home, it's really easy to take the dirty stuff right into the laundry room, throw it in the washing machine, and get it going so you can get it back in the drawers. My ultimate preference for laundry is like this past summer when we went on vacation, we had a laundry unit right in the place we were staying. So I was able to wash everything, get it folded, and take home suitcases full of clean laundry so that as soon as we got home, I just had to take the items right out of our suitcase and put them back in our drawers. So that's the packing system I use. Again, it will depend some on how your brain works and what seems organized to you as to which way you decide to do it. But if you stay organized and come up with a system before you leave, your trip will go more smoothly, you'll be able to get to your items more easily, and you'll be thanking yourself when you get home and it's time to unpack as well. I'm really interested to hear how you stay organized when you're going on a trip, so make sure you leave me all your packing tips and tricks in the comments below.